live to fight another day, and that's what we got to do.
You mentioned cautious there. I mean, England only had one shot on target. You're not going to win too many football matches with one shot on target, and that was from a free kick in 90 minutes, are you?
Sorry, say that again, mate.
I said you only had one shot on target. You're not going to win many football matches with one shot on target.
Well, yeah, you're right. We had 12 shots in total and one. It's not enough. I totally agree with you. But that's the work that we've got to do in the 2 days that we've got to make sure that we, with the creative players we've got, make sure we start making chances. We did really well getting up to the final third of the pitch, but the games are won there, and we didn't do enough to score today, I don't think.
Just a couple more. First of all, does this feel a bit like deja vu from 2 years ago?
Well, I think the format's different, so we've got a little bit more of a chance. You know, we're not out of it yet. We would have preferred to get points on the board, but we've got 6 to play for, and we're going to go for it. We're going to see if we can get ourselves through. It's a setback, and we don't moan about it. We just get on with it.
You say go for it. I mean, I presume you mean take the handbrake off the team. But, you know, where are the goals going to come from? I mean, Ryan Bruce has not looked like scoring much of the season. Aidy, as we said yesterday, really is out of match practice and didn't look like there were any chances today, to be fair to him. Where are the goals going to come from?
Well, you know, when people talk about how great our squad is, sometimes, you know, we don't take into consideration the fact that those players and the minutes that they've had, so we have to manage that. But they'll get better, and we've got other players in the team that's goal scorers, and you know, and they didn't do enough today. But that don't mean to say that they're bad players. What it means is that we've got to redouble our efforts and make sure the next game that comes around that we put ourselves and gives ourselves a chance to win the game by creating chances and, you know, getting certainly more shots on target than what we did.
Cheers, Aidy. Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay, mate.
Thanks, Ian. We'll go to the international media. Do we have any questions from the Swiss press on the call? If we do, it'd be great if you could raise a hand now. If not, we're going to go to UK writers. Yeah, we'll go to UK writers. So we'll go to Jack Gorn at the Daily Mail, please.
Oh yeah, Aidy. Obviously, the lack of creativity was evident throughout. Despite you playing 2 players in behind the striker, kind of roaming about, what do you put the lack of creativity down to?
Well, I agree with you. I thought we were very creative getting from our goalkeeper up until the final third, but I thought we made some wrong options. We didn't play the ball quick enough. We like to play with, you know, width and depth and height, and I don't think we threatened the back line enough. So that's disappointing, but they're things that we need to work on and bring out and make sure the next game that we've got, we not only go with an attacking formation, but we make sure that we do better than what we did today. You know, getting up to the final third is great, but goals are scored in the final third, obviously.
Do you think you could benefit from an extra runner from midfield?
Yeah, possibly, but you know, we've got the 2 boys, the 2 10s that you said, and you know, I wanted to try and get the 2 players into the team. We've played a back 3 before with a 4-man midfield with the wing backs. You know, it wasn't all doom and gloom. There's a lot of good things, but the key thing is the result, and we haven't got it. We've got to make sure that we put a performance in next time and get the result.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Jack. We'll go to Tom Barkley at the Sun, please.
Hi, Aidy.
Hey, Tom.
Result. You said that the team were played too safe in perhaps particularly the first half. Why do you think that was? Where did that caution come from? Because we've obviously seen them be pretty free scoring in the qualifiers.
Yeah. I think because it's the tournament, it's the first game. There's you know, playing in a tournament for England is a big thing. And I thought I agree. I thought we were safe and we were cautious. Played a lot of the ball in front of them, not enough in between them and behind them. And why that is, you know, that's I don't know. But what I do know is that we've got to redouble our efforts and make sure that we go and give a good account of ourselves, perform that, and get a good result against Portugal.
We've often seen England teams, whether it be the seniors or the 21s, seem to struggle when it comes to the major tournaments, whether it be the pressure, whatever it is. A lot of these players are getting that first taste of the big time right now, this game. What can
Yeah.
you do to sort of alleviate that pressure off them and help them through this?
Well, I mean, they've played in big games. They've had Champions League experience. Some of them they've played regular Premier League and Championship. Some of the players, and some obviously haven't. But it is different, and it's important that they prove that they can do that, so that they can move on to the senior team. This is part of it. I mean, you know, we're talking about a defeat, but at the same time, I'm thinking that there are positives to draw from it. But we can always be better, and I think in terms of what we did in that final third wasn't what I've come to expect. And I also think that it's one of those things that you've got to get over. I've had it with every young team playing for England. The whole point of cap accumulation is so that they can live these experiences before they get to the seniors. But I'm disappointed today because I don't think that we did enough to score positive with the possession, but that's not enough. We need to win games.
Thanks, Aidy.
Thanks, Tom. Nick Masher at PA.
Hi, Aidy.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, what was your view of the goal? It looked a bit of a freak one, really, ultimately, sort of coming off his standing foot.
Yeah, it did. As he's kicked it, he slipped. He's hit the ball into his other foot, and it's top spinned over everybody, and like a tennis ball gone into the top corner. So, you know, we are pretty unlucky. Let's be fair with that situation. And probably a 0-0 would have been a fair result, to be honest. We had a majority of the ball, but didn't do enough with it, and they looked to counter-attack us, which we knew they would. But yeah, I'm disappointed. But the reasons the reasons why we got beat are there and plain and simple. You know, not enough shots on target, and that's something we've got to improve.
And what's the mood like? I mean, can I imagine what it is, but what is the mood like in the dressing room at the minute? And do you kind of see that as a, you know, the guys want to go out and prove a point basically and get an immediate response? You're confident that will happen?
Yeah, as confident as I can be. They're all very, very down. But with any sort of a debrief after a game, you know, generally there's some good bits to it. There's some not so good, and you've got to find out what we need to work on, and that's clear. And make sure that we get a good result next time round. And
you've
touched
on it.
There.
Yeah, well, yeah, you've touched on it because of the different format. The top two from the groups qualify, don't they? So this certainly is not lost, is it?
No, we've got 6 points to play for. We totally go for the 6 points. That's what we're going to do.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. We'll finish with two more questions. So we'll go to Mike McGrath.
Hi, Aidy. Just with the chances that they had that they didn't score from, are you totally committed to playing out from the back like that? Just the way that you lost the ball, or is there scope to maybe mix it up a little bit more?
Well, we play in a certain style, and all it was a technical error from a player that led to another error, which then leads to a domino effect, and then a problem that should never been. But if we stop encouraging our players to play football, then you know that's not what we're all about. That's not what the job's about. And to be honest, I thought the high majority of the time we played the right decision, the right ball, and we played through them. But as I said, we played too much in front of them and we allowed them to get back. We weren't incisive enough. We didn't have enough runners beyond or in between to create confusion. But they're things that we do on a regular basis. So there'll be disappointment attached to that. But it's adversity. And, you know, if you get adversity, you've got to come out the other side of it. And that's what we intend to do.
Thanks, Aidy.
Thanks, Mike. We'll finish with Jack Rosser at the Standard and